Right, YouTube, what is up? Sneezy here. I'm here with Uncle Chaos. Conveniently wants to go over Gangplank top, which is perfect because I've been obviously spamming the shit out of it on my stream. We're going to be covering how to do top lane with, you know, tricky lanes, which, for all intents and purposes, I would say Renekton, Riven, those kind of fall in the same categories we were talking about before I hit record. We're going to focus on how to lane against it reliably. And this is going to cover you whenever you're facing a good Renekton, a good Riven, basically a good any champ. We're going to be talking about how to do this. So let's start with the corrupting pot first off. Tell me about that.
I mean, corrupting pot's something I've been using with Gangplank for a while now. I like the stain. I like the burn effect that it gives me when I'm trading. I think really the biggest problem with corrupting pot is that sometimes I may forget to use it early enough, and as a result, I don't really get to take advantage of the damage over time. I've tried Doran's Ring, for example, and while I think there's value there, obviously, I just haven't been able to take advantage of it. So corrupting pot's kind of like my safe start.
Okay, so let's work on. I'm going to have you do Doran. Okay, first, do you do the same runes and masteries I use?
I've got two rune pages for GP. One is simply CD blues, and then everything else is AD and health per level.
Which is
pretty
standard.
And then I have your rune page, which is the CD
mana regen.
mana regen, which I did okay with. The difference in AD early on definitely makes it harder for me to farm, but I do alright with it.
You're not losing any AD though with mine. I guess you're losing AD in the quints, right?
Yes,
a little bit.
Yeah,
okay.
because I would typically have AD quints.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to tell you is, in order to do what I'm about to tell you, you're going to have to accept the harder page.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay, this whole concept is going to revolve around you managing your mana in a very, very smart way. I'm really excited to go over this with you because I don't think many Gangplank players have any fucking idea how to play top and how to get through the bully lanes. Right. And the key is you got to take the mana regen, you got to take some points in meditation for a little extra mana regen, and you got to take the Doran's Ring. You're basically putting a lot of value in your low CDs on your Q, and you're getting a lot of value out of that mana regen throughout the lane phase. So you're doing your leash thing, which is fine. I would recommend maybe not taking any HP and damage in a risky lane like this.
Okay.
Sometimes I would try. You know how to do that, right? So if you're close to the minion, it's going to target you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so in bully lanes, you got to be very cognizant of that first and foremost, because you're going to come into lane, you're going to miss a little HP, and that's dangerous for these types of lanes, just by virtue of the fact that you might get the poop dump if you have a little less HP than what you should. So now, when you come into lane, your goal, what you're going to be working on, and I'm going to let you watch your lane phase first. Okay, and then I'm going to critique you specifically.
Yeah, so this is a specific example of me adjusting to the lack of AD. Yeah, you can see, obviously, I got that one, but the other two I missed because I was trying to time it out for the lack of AD, and obviously I missed them.
Yep, you'll get better at it. Let's see. Your spacing is very good. I think so far I think you're being very respectful of the power here. So this is where I would be scared right now.
Yep.
Because
he could just dash right through this.
Yeah, he could dash through the wave. If he's good, he will. I wouldn't even be that close right there. I would actually, that's what I'm a little scared of. This trade is a little thin, you see.
Oof,
it's
it's
rough. Let's back it up to this point here.
Yep.
This is a lane I faced Dyrus like a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to imagine this guy, I don't even know if we can tell if he runs Fervor anymore or not.
This guy is running Fervor, yeah. He's not running. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He ran Thunderlords.
Yeah, it was Thunderlords. Okay. So the idea is you can give up a boatload of CS to a Renekton, all right?
Okay.
And the most important time to give it up is spots like that. Look at that damage.
Oh, yeah.
That is just so incredibly not worth. And trust me, I'm not impervious to taking a bad level 2 trade, even at my level. But I'm going to hammer home the mental note. Like, when you have a Renekton, when you have an Echo, when you have a Riven, when you have a Tryndamere, when you have literally, like, anybody who wants to, like, get in your butt cheeks at level 2, you have to pull it back, like, preemptively. And just, if you're going to miss CS, just get the XP. Just give up the CS, let it happen, like, whatever. It's okay. It's not worth, like, this is not worth the gold that you're trying to get. All right.
Yeah, and the concern that comes in then is obviously when do I agree to give up CS? Because there are times like this where that reenactment or in the other game that ribbon will then freeze the lane, and now I'm down by like 50 CS.
All right, so now I want you to yeah, I'm with you, and I want to go over the nuance here of this whole strategy. So I can already tell you're doing the things. I've been here, bro, and that's why I'm so excited. I've been here, dude. So you don't really have a clear goal. When you turn level 2, you're like, you're getting like barrels because you're getting barrels. You're thinking like, do I get barrels? Do I get W? I'm gonna give you the dream strat. All right, so you're gonna get E right away. You're gonna drop the barrel on top of your head. First thing that you're gonna, as soon as you spike level 2, barrel goes on your dome. Right.
And I thought about this. It's because if he tries to go in on me while I'm CSing, I can just pop it on him.
Yes. Now, you are not. I notice in this lane so far, you haven't really been queuing Renekton.
Right.
I want you queuing him and taking advantage of the Bandit Mastery. Okay? I want you practicing, and you're going to fuck this up, all right? You're going to fuck it up so much in these hard lanes, but it's, dude, once you master it, you're going to fucking fly to diamond. Like, I'm telling you right now. If you know how, like, you were telling me your stats are doing pretty decent. And what are you, gold-ish?
I was gold 4.
Okay.
And then I mean, I can blame a number of reasons, but I plummeted all the way down to silver 3.
You're fine. This is fine. I'm telling you, if you can carry games and you can get this fucking lane down, you will climb fast. Okay. So you're going to be putting the barrel on yourself. Now watch how you kind of just place the barrel there. That doesn't do anything for you. Right. All you need to be doing is you need to be last hitting with your melees, okay? That's all you're doing. You're last hitting with melees. Anytime Renekton gets close, you're going to cue him in the face. You have the barrel on top of yourself, so anytime that he tries to aggress you, you're just going to smack the barrel and back away. If he tries to stun you, or if he has his stun, then, wait until you have your W. Then you can do the same type of trade. If he comes at you, you're going to smack the barrel, maybe apply the passive, or just drop the W and back away. Okay. Yes, it's going to hit your mana. But the idea is if you keep on him with the Q harass constantly, because right now, notice, you're basically queuing minions for most of this, right? Like, I don't think I've seen you queue him specifically.
I do every now and again, but the point is, like, I've always been focused on queuing minions for the passive gold.
There is a, I'm going to tell you a quick story.
Whatever they're called.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to tell you a quick story about Veigar, okay? Before Veigar's little rework, the amazing Veigar players figured out that they didn't really need to farm with this fucking gank though. wait, why does Nunu have fucking Ignite?
Dude.
We're in the streets in this video, okay?
This guy was adamant that fucking whatever his summoner runes are, his Ignite and something else would be like the godliest thing ever. And I don't know what the hell happened. I'm pretty sure that I was tripping on acid at the time because that's the only reason that would have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice that he buys you space.
It was funny. It was certainly funny.
But anyways, back to my tale. Okay, so the bad Veigar players for the longest time were like, my scaling, dude. I gotta scale with my Q so that my fucking ult does 1,000,000 damage, right? Like, that was a big part of, like, what they were, what they were all about.
Right.
Okay? Well, the same rule applies with Gangplank that with old Veigar. Basically, old Veigar players realize, if I just harass the fuck out of my lane with Q constantly, I get to scale anyways.
Right.
And I don't risk losing.
Right, because you'll push them out of lane and then you'll just go back to last hitting.
So you are going to, in the future, you're going to go into these lanes, all lanes, whether it's Renekton, whether it's with Riven, whether it's a passive lane, you're going to do this lane phase in a more tactical way. Where, and after the coaching session, I would recommend go back through, I had a Riven game earlier today, actually, where, since you're a sub, where I did this, but you're going to be putting the barrel on yourself constantly. So, like, notice how you've moved up the lane. Every step that I would have been moving up, I would right now, I'd have a barrel here, basically.
Okay.
Or a barrel, like, here. You can see my mouse pointer, right?
Yeah.
I would have a barrel, like, here. And I would basically just queue. I would put a barrel here. I'd put it to 1, and then I would queue him in the face, and I would walk him off of the minions. And I would just keep inching him forward with that. Because you're going to realize, as you keep those Qs on him, he can't sustain. Eventually, he will get whittled down, especially Dorn's Blade here.
Right.
And, if he goes on you, you're just going to, smack a barrel, auto him, maybe even all in him if it makes sense.
Okay.
But see, this stuff with the barrels to push,
yep,
you won't do that.
Okay.
You're gonna and honestly, I would be more excited to queue him there than you see how you took that minion. I would be more excited to run up and queue him and then auto the minion. But see, that's good. Your reaction there is good to the stun. But notice, imagine if you had the barrel on your head.
Yep, I think. Yep. All right, I got out of there.
Yeah, you survived.
I remember that engage, and it gave me PTSD just now. So.
Yeah, it's very sketch. It's a tough lane. So that's why you got to keep the barrel on yourself, because you deny those really hard. And then barrel plus the application of the passive every time, he can't do it. Like, he can't survive that. He can actually kill you right now.
He probably does soon, I bet.
I'm just waiting for him to realize what he's capable of, because you have no mana.
I mean, the wonders of this elo are that just stupid shit happens all the time for just no reason. It just doesn't make any sense.
He's
Yeah, so my intent has always been farm with Q, get those silver serpents, get the old upgrade ASAP. You know, for obvious reasons. What about like tankier champs like Nautilus or like Tank Echo? Just keep on harassing with Q regardless.
Yeah, because you're going to be getting more value out of the Q harass than farming with your Q on the minions.
Okay.
Every Q onto an enemy champion is 10 gold. You're only going to get a bonus of 2, is it? Or 3 for the Qs onto the minions. So think about that. Over time, you have the added value of the Bandit mastery that you put a point in that mastery. So you should be trying to get value. Now, I'm not going to argue that, like, you know, if you're facing, like, a Quinn, you're not going to be fucking queuing that guy in the mouth over and over again.
God,
then you're going to have to adapt. Yeah, you're going to have to adapt to that. But most of the lanes are going to go like this, where you see this position you're in. It fucking blows. Like, you don't have any power right now. You're afraid to last hit. You're afraid to go for kill potential. And what we really want is we want to make Gangplank into a champion that has a dominant lane phase with like a very clear objective. So we're shifting your mentality, and this was for me too, and this is why I was excited to do this lesson is we're shifting your mentality from early game bitch to you're still an early game bitch, but with the added like insurance policy, you're putting the barrel on yourself and you're focusing on queuing him as opposed to the minions. And the only thing you're doing with the minions, and this actually will be a little bit more advanced, you're going to have to auto all the minions by hand. Most of them by hand. I mean, the times, this is good, your little wiggle here. I mean, he does get you, but, you know. I like that you ulted the wave, you know, that's all good. Obviously, I don't want your HP being that low. And I think that in the future, we're going to iron that out.
Right. By harassing constantly and not getting in.
Because he's going to, the added benefit, too, is he's not going to want to go in on you.
Right.
You're gonna basically take lane bullies and bully them, which is gonna be so weird because it just doesn't feel right.
Right.
It's like, how am I supposed to? How do I get away with bullying a Riven? Like, this is dumb, but it does work.
Oh god, I would love to be able to bully.
It's dude, I'm telling you, it's very, very effective strat. I have a buddy, Theorix. I've played with him on my stream, and he was telling me, he's like, Gangplank. I've lost to Gangplank before. Like, I've seen a guy who beat me with it. And I'm like, bullshit. It's like now I figured it out, and I'm like, okay, that's why. He keeps putting the fucking barrel on himself and just queuing you over and over again.
So basically, if Renekton's gonna dash in, if Riven's gonna dash in, if Echo's gonna dash in, I got that barrel next to myself. They stun me, I heal I pop the orange.
Yeah, the idea is even if you get stunned, as long as you trade right, you see every time you should have a barrel where you're standing. Every fucking time. Because the other thing, the other note about this is, okay, so say you want to barrel a Renekton or a Riven or an Echo, right? What do when you try to barrel them? They fucking dash away every time.
Right.
So you are forcing them to dash to engage on you, and then you're gonna, then you just smack the barrel, and you're like, nah, fam. Like, you're definitely going to get hit by the barrel. You're definitely going to get a passive applied, and then I'm going to cue you in the mouth, and that's going to apply Thunderlords, and that trade's favorable every time.
Okay. So when they dash in, am I looking to pop the barrel as they dash in, or should I just be ready to pop the orange first and then barrel?
It depends on the matchup. You'll get better at it. You'll get the little mini game as you go. Yeah. But Echo's one that's kind of annoying because traditionally I just like to put the barrel like almost behind me because it's like if he does his little wind-up thing, he warps to the barrel, which there's absolutely no way to like outplay that. Dude, this path that this guy is running. Yeah, see, this is...
Like, this is where just the anal molestation has taken over.
Yeah,
I give this Nuno credit, man, because he just comes in and grapes him in the mouth with a snowball, but...
Yeah, it's...
for it to happen.
This is very, very, very tricky. And the other thing is, I believe... I don't know how to fucking see it. let me see. Yeah, 8 to 7. So XP lead is a part of it too.
Right.
But with Renekton, those trades, you're eating them over and over again, and it's just
So
you'll get it.
The key is really going to be those barrels.
Yes, it is going to be the key.
Out from wanting to engage me.
Yep. All right, so I've harped on the barrels long enough. Now let's talk about why you're building Sheen instead of Lucidity Boots. Or I'm sorry, Phage instead of Lucidity Boots.
Okay, I was about to say, you just scared the shit out of me for a second.
Yeah, no.
I had always gone Sheen, Phage into Lucidity, and then into... Well, no, I'm sorry. If I had enough money for Triforce first, I'd finish that before the Boots of Lucidity. Otherwise, I would go... Like right here, I'd finish Phage, then finish Boots of Lucidity, then Triforce. It really all just depended on what money did I have at the time.
Okay. Well, here's the other thing. I'm gonna rock your world.
All right.
So, you have the same mastery page as me, okay?
Yep.
Your function as a top laner in this game is going to be... I see you kind of tunneling on this action right now, and I don't know why. You shouldn't be anywhere near mid right now.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I think I was trying to make a play happen because...
I know, but the thing is, first things first, you don't really want to be leaving top until you're like level 13, in my opinion. Okay. Or you have Triforce and you're like, I kind of want to try something real quick, but with the understanding that like it probably isn't going to work. That's how I view it. And I'm not just saying, by the way, when I say these things, it's not just like I'm just throwing these concepts out here. This is legitimately how I view like roaming and shit. So with level 7, I'm moving down the map. Like I'm absolutely never gonna get anything done right now. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. If I'm roaming, I'm like, maybe I'll get lucky. Like maybe I'll magically place a barrel. These idiots will be too stupid to blow it up. They'll watch it tick down for like 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna combo them. Like it's just a ridiculous, like, you know, it's like a dream. There's like no way it's gonna happen, and if it does, you're like, okay, that was incredibly lucky. But yeah, so back to my point about GPs, like the whole theory of GP top. I was talking to a different YouTuber today, this morning, before I streamed. And he said to me, he's like, GP top is not as good as GP mid. And I'm actually starting to disagree with that a lot. The reason why is because back when Karthus was a hugely successful top laner, people didn't understand why he was successful. They couldn't figure it out, right? The reason why he was successful was because he never had to fucking leave. Okay? He doesn't have to leave top. Right. That's the whole key to top, and that's what everyone needs to understand. There's a reason why Gangplank, for me, has had a fucking huge win rate, and no other top laners have been able to match it, except for Riven. It's the only champion that I know that if a good Riven player plays Riven, he can match me with win rate. Right. The big reason is because Riven super roams, but she's energy based. When she gets that roam going, she never has to stop moving. She can roam to mid, go fight top, go back to mid. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She has a almost global presence, right, with her movement around the map because of that. Now, Gangplank, same thing. You're staying top with the intent to just ult around the map. That's all you're looking to do. You stay top, you're going to farm with your laner, you're going to cancel him out, and you're going to be ulting around your map. I'm telling you all this because you're building Sheen into Phage. And I understand why you want Phage. You want the extra health and safety. I'm coaching you onto how to... You strike me as a smart guy. I want you to be able to make high elo doing this shit. Right. So I don't want you...
You're trying to get me to maximize my damage.
I want you in a playstyle that respects your intelligence level, you know, doesn't insult your intelligence, right? I want you playing a way that makes the most sense. The reason why Gangplank top is successful, you're not necessarily going to shit on Renekton top. But what you're going to definitely do is if you manage your lane right, you're going to hit 6 at a reasonable time. If you're going Phage, or I'm sorry, if you're going Sheen, Lucidity Boots into Stinger, which is the next thing I'm going to tell you. Right. You're going to go Stinger right away. You're going to have 45% CDR really fucking early, which means you're going to have more ults. Think of this game as just a big fucking casino, okay? You're sitting top lane. You're saying to yourself, I'm going to farm well. I'm going to cancel out my laner. I'm going to outscale him, so I'm way better than he is. And I'm going to impact all the other lanes' fights, like pivotal moments. I'm going to be able to snipe kills with good ults. And the next thing I'm going to go over with you is I'm going to talk about how we think about the ults, okay? So your goal is to get that 45% CDR. You're going to be looking around the map to ult. This is this is where you get a little bit of StarCraft in your veins, okay? You're going to need to manage your lane and not get cheesed. You're going to have to, like, this positioning is very good. But you're constantly, while you're doing this, you're going to be, you've seen my stream, you're going to be checking around the map, okay? You need to be vigilant on this shit. When you go to ult, all you're going to be doing is you're going to be waiting for kills. You're not just going to ult to ult. You're going to figure out, and this obviously takes practice, you're going to figure out your kill range. Like, you know, you got your Thunderlords and everything. So you're going to get a pretty good read on when you can and can't kill. So right there, that's a pretty good ult. I don't mind that ult. But I'm tempted, and notice how they get away.
I was so sad how Amumu got away from that.
I was going to tell you, I'm tempted to wait and save it. Okay? Let them fight first. See how it's looking. Don't drop it to help. Drop it to secure. I know it sounds douchey as fuck to say it that way. Drop it to secure. Because what I'm here to tell you, if you get those kills, and you get, like, say you go into a game, and now you've got the lane phase down, you haven't fed Renekton. You pick up 2 kills from ults, and you will be able to ult, like, 3 or 4 times before you get to, like, level 13.
Right.
So, once you've done that, if you pick up 2 kills, like, that's the dream situation, you've pretty much won the fucking game if you know what you're doing.
Right.
God, Renekton's so cancer when he gets ahead.
Oh, God, I know.
It's really bad.
You know, he gets that damage item, and then he's going to become impossibly tanky right now.
I like that! You cued him there! There we go. Signs of life, boys!
Yep,
Oh, God.
The dive. Yep.
Oh, that's so scary. But that's why you need the barrel on your head, always.
And that's the same thing that Riven's going to do, too.
Yep. She's going to do it, and if she gets a lead, she'll probably just fucking kill you every time.
Well, yeah.
Riven's actually
she'll
worse.
Dive in, she'll do the bap me with the sword thing, and then she'll just do that fucking Kamehameha sword slash that she does.
Yeah, she's going to kill you. If she gets a lead on you, it's going to be a lot worse than what Renekton's doing. Especially a good one. It's just going to eat your soul over and over again. It's really tough. So, I don't know what this guy's doing. Where the fuck is he going? This is like the weirdest realm. He goes... I just have to watch this. It's just so, like... And then you ult, and you get a kill. But where are you going? You're getting roped into it.
Yeah.
You got now your TP on top, you see? You're just getting roped into the new battles. See, this is why I tell you. Think of it, you worked in the corporate world, right? You know how having a good business plan, right?
Yep.
So the whole idea is you're going into the lane phase with the intent of saying, like, I am top. You are the ranged Nasus, as I like to say. Okay? You're the ranged Nasus with a global. You're such a better Nasus than Nasus. Because you're just going to sit up here and, you know, right now, what you're doing, ulting to get a kill and staying top is giving you XP. Currently you are... Where the fuck is... Let's see this. So you're level 11. He's missed like 1 million CS. Now he's level 11, see? And why is that? Because you don't have to leave. He wants to roam. And again, that shows my differences between like Riven and these other champs in the top lane is like if he leaves, he can't just go back to top right away.
Right, yeah.
Riven has such mobility with 45% CDR. She's going to be top and bottom and fucking everywhere, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not 45%. I don't know if all Rivens do that. But regardless, 40 CDR, she's everywhere.
Right.
So she gets to hang with you. But basically every top laner that isn't Riven, you should be... I mean, unless it's like Aurelia and you get cheese. That one's pretty rough.
Yeah, Aurelia can be annoying.
Aurelia's,
you don't really see
one
too
of
many
the rough
Aurelias
ones.
in Zelo.
Yeah, she's...
And the ones you do go Rage Blade first, think they're God, and then get themselves killed in like a 1v5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... also, I would argue that Aurelia's late game is really weak. I think that it's...
Which is ironic, since she used to be like the late game God.
Yeah, I think it's because she just... very one-dimensional. She can only really do like, she can only really stun someone in team fights. It doesn't really feel like she carries team fights too hard.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't really play a lot of Aurelia, but that's just my observations from playing against it a lot. Yeah, this is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Level 10 versus level 12. This is not gonna happen, dude. But, let's see. Build path. So, what are you building?
Going into IE.
You're going into IE, then you're gonna go static Shiv and all that shit?
Yeah, typically I go Shiv, and then from
you
there,
don't have to really coach you on.
I mean, it usually depends on the situation, but from Shiv, I think in this game, this particular game, I went CZ Rot to try and balance the fact that we were getting our asses kicked.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to never do that.
Okay, cool.
The reason I understand you're trying to be macro-oriented and balance out lanes, but...
Oh, you know, one thing I built back before I did your room page, and I wanted to max out on CDR, Death Stance I got, which I thoroughly enjoyed using. That was after Shiv.
Yeah,
With the CDR now, with the runes, I don't think that, obviously. But...
Yeah, I think, I definitely am... Personally, I think that the fucking Shiv and Phantom Dancers is better. It just seems to synergize really well together.
How do you feel about Shiv into Last Whisper as opposed to Phantom Dancer? Because, I mean, I'm keeping in mind Renekton's fucking ridiculous tankiness.
I sometimes will go for Last Whisper earlier, but with this comp that you're facing, I mean, you can make an argument for it. There's a Shen, there's a Renekton, there's you could definitely argue.
At this point in the game, obviously they don't have armor, so
they don't have any. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like by the time I get Shiv, they're gonna have armor.
Yeah, I agree. It's an option. You'll see me some of the games. Something to consider is lately when I have Vladimir, Swain, because there's a lot of this sustained bullshit champs like in my games lately. There's the Soraka, the Vlad, the Swain.
I mean, you saw the God Rocco, Strength of the Ages.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser. I mean, there's just all the Akalis. Like, there's just all sorts of shit right now that's just all about like being annoying and surviving.
Right.
You'll see me rush the Executioner's sword calling thing.
Okay, for Greaves.
Yeah, I'll rush that sometimes, and then obviously build that into the Last Whisper item, because because of that, what you just said. Right. But generally, I don't deviate too far from the standard build. However, in the extreme cases of, let's just say there is a giant Vladimir that's just unkillable, then I might look at it and go, you know what, I probably need to build this Executioner's item. Alright, so let's see this here. We got 3 dead. We got a Nunu up, a Nunu's bottom. I would probably try to contest this.
Alone?
Yeah.
See, I look at that and I go, wow, I'm behind, and if I walk in there, I'm making my ass.
No, I don't think so. I think you're underestimating where Gangplank's at this stage. So, let's go over why I'm making this call. Yes, you can die. Your goal here isn't to kill them all.
It's just to get them off of Baron.
Yes, and you can. Because, so, what you do is, yeah, you're level 12, whatever. You need to, and I'm giving you this purely as you're gonna fail this when you try it in games a few but you need to, okay?
Right.
You need to assess it like this, okay? So Misfortune's dead. We know this, and you know that they're doing Baron. How do you know? Because your team's dead and Nunu's down here, and they're probably gonna do it. You need to know if they're gonna do it first, which you can do because you have a ward, I believe. Or I think you know. I think you saw them or
at
something.
This point, I mean, I remember this game. I have a painfully good memory, and I remember thinking, yep, they're Baroning. I'm just going to push this because I got nothing
perfect.
to do.
That's great. Okay, so now, we know that Misfortune's dead, right? Let's stop and look at their comp for a minute. How the fuck are they going to do Baron fast?
Yeah, I think the only thing I was basing it on is just the fact that they have a ton of damage from Renekton.
Exactly, and it's a perfectly reasonable, rational thing to go, yeah, it's 4 people, and they're on Baron, and I'm just a lonely Gangplank. Like, there's no fucking way that I'm going to do this. Right. But you're not factoring in those types of considerations. The big damage dealer's gone. You should be thinking, and this isn't me just being a hindsight hero, I would actually contest here like 100% of the time. I would say there's no way that they can clear this Baron fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dance right around these brushes for a moment. Remember, your barrels. You can use your barrels as wards, okay?
Right.
So you drop your barrel here. You would basically walk into mid. You would drop your barrel here to see. You'd be like, am I getting picked, right? And then you drop your barrel over the wall. You just drop it in there. And then you just dance for a moment. And what you're trying to do is and this is I'm giving you all this as like in the future. because you need to understand the mind game here. If you pull any of these guys away from Baron, they are going to get fucked, okay?
Right.
So they're going to have to leave and come for you. So the minute you see 1 or 2 moving at you, you can just back away.
Okay.
It's a dance, okay? You're just dancing them off of Baron at this point.
Right.
There is absolutely no fucking way that they can do Baron with you standing here. Because if you set a barrel here and then start throwing them into the pit and start working them down into the corner, eventually they're going to have to come out and fight you. And this whole time there's going to be one idiot, because it's solo queue, 1 or 2 or 3 idiots that are going to step away from Baron, and they're going to tank their whole HP bar, and some guy's going to stay in the Baron pit and die. Every time.
Right.
Like, every fucking time. So your goal in this spot is to... And I want you, in the future, assessing how fast can these guys do Baron. So, if it's like a Tryndamere top and a fucking Vayne on the Baron, yeah, they got it. There's no way you're stopping them from doing the Baron. Like, I'm right there with you. However, if it's tanky, dull champs, like, this is like the most boring team.
Oh, God, I know.
Mumu, Renekton, and Shander. If they're on the Baron, then you know it's going to take them an hour to do that, and you can poke them off of it. And it's just, and all you got to do is just stand here. That's it, and you'll get them away. So, in the future.
Okay.
But I like, I get why you did this. It's just...
I mean, at this point, logically, what I'm trying to do is just maximize or minimize the sheer ass kicking they're going to give us by having Baron. Because I'm viewing this as they've got my hands.
Look how long it's taking. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And look how low they are.
Yeah, I definitely could have gotten them there.
You could have. You never know. You could have got one down. If you pull off 2, you might get a fucking double kill somehow. Like that's what we live for. That's what we live for is Gangplank, man. We live for those stupid Baron calls. Everyone loves a good triple barrel when people are trying to Baron. That's you know how to triple barrel.
Put one down, put another one down, and then once the first one goes down to 1, fucking pop it and blow it at the same time.
So you know where to stand.
That I don't.
Check this out. Look, I'm really excited to use this program in one of my coaching sessions.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm doing this. I haven't been able to do it. You got to tell me if you can see it at least. This is very exciting for me. Okay, I've come a long way as a player to be able to do this.
So far nothing. Still.
I know. Oh yeah. I know. I'm getting there. Hold on. I gotta initialize. All right, ready? Wait, where is it? Hold on. There we go. Right?
Oh my God.
You see that? Okay, so here it is. Let's say you are... We're gonna make you blue. You're Gangplank. Hi, I'm Gangplank, right? You can't see this, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm real excited about this. All right, so you're Gangplank. You want a triple barrel. There's baddies over here. Baddies, right? So your goal, you are going to barrel. You want to barrel, we're going to say it like this.
Okay.
For the purposes of, whatever. You want to hit him with the end of the 3rd barrel, okay?
Right.
I know my distances may be off, sure. But either way. So your goal, if you put the barrel, if you're standing like towards the front of the barrel, so let's say you're standing like at this side of the first barrel.
Okay.
You can triple barrel. If you're standing anywhere behind this way, you can't triple barrel. So the idea is, you know how you place the first barrel and then the second barrel, right?
Right.
And then the guy just like, as soon as you go to shoot the first or the first one, the guy just autos it.
Right.
Now, the idea is you're standing so far away now when you set up a triple barrel, you're standing just outside of the normal range. So you set the first one on yourself, the second one in front of them. You kind of dance in that little red zone here that I have for you.
Right.
And then you shoot. You wait till you drop the second one. You shoot the first one. And you drop the third one as the first 2 are exploding. That's how you triple barrel. Okay? And please, if after this lesson, if you try this in like customs or whatever and you fail, please harass me. I will show you.
Okay.
But I want to make sure you at least get the idea. The idea is you can't be anywhere behind. Like if this X represents you and the barrel. Right. You can't be behind the barrel. You have to be just in front of the first one in order to triple
because the range to drop the 3rd one won't work out.
This isn't a gimmick. The triple barrel shit is not a gimmick, okay?
Oh, no,
this is not a joke.
I've seen it. Like I watched like Huzzy do it in a game, actually at a Baron pit.
Yes, you absolutely need to know how to do it because as you climb, you're going to get those sticky players that will shoot your barrels every time. The only way you hit them is with the triple barrel. If people aren't shooting back, like if you get to put 2 barrels, like if you get to do the shit where you're like fucking, like, here's a perfect example. Like, if you're able to just walk up to this clown and just like barrel, and he just fucking eats it, right? Then whatever. Do it until they adjust, right? Just like a poker player, you do it until they actually adjust. But when they adjust, then you have to triple barrel.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, I had to use my little tool. Real excited about that in my coaching sessions. Been looking for one of those things to write in game forever. Forever, dude. You have no idea.
Oh god, watching this game again is like a horror flashback.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I will say, getting through, I mean, your farm is bad, but in relation to what's happening, it's not that bad. In relation to the lane, thank God that this Renekton isn't just crushing you. Like, I was saying, I was playing with Dyrus. Like, if you're facing, like, Dyrus on Renekton, he has 240 farm here, standard.
Right.
And you're just like, I'm down 80 farm. That's great. Like, that's just how, that's how it is. You're just getting raped. And that's pretty much how Renekton works, unless you play it just perfectly.
Right.
Renekton pretty much is allowed to delay. I mean, I would probably have to give up some CS too versus a really good Renekton.
Yeah, like, my concern has always been, like, okay, I'm down 30 CS. Do I let him go down 50? And then, nope, hang on, he killed me because I tried to get some CS.
Yeah, it's almost never worth it as Gangplank to die in the top lane.
Oh god, I had never seen that Caitlyn die before in that scene, and that just made me so sad.
It was painful to watch. I'm gonna skip ahead. Pretty long game.
I mean, yeah, it's a CeeLo, dude. Like, you would think by this point they would probably
exactly. This is why I always say never give up with Gangplank. All right, I don't like that.
I almost never got a VP. I think I've only given up when I'm just like, you know what? At this point, I'm sleepy. I hate my team because they are all bitching and toxic as hell, and I want to go down.
I'm out of here. Fuck this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, the sad thing is, like, even games like this where it should be over, it's not. I like your wave clearing. That's very good. That's really good.
Yeah, like, that's
this is
another thing I wanted to ask you was, like, like early on in the game, you saw me popping barrels to damage the waves so that I can then auto them later. Like, is that acceptable?
No.
Is that alright?
No, don't do it.
Don't do it?
Don't give up damage on the turret early.
Okay.
Because you're gonna fuck up your farm, like, a lot of the time. It's gonna be hard to manage it.
Gotcha.
You'll get a better eye for it, but I'm telling you, it's okay to give some damage away on the turret.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure.
The turret as a whole.
I want you. Okay, let's talk about, like, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. Let's talk about the basics of CS. All right, I'm actually working on a video for this too, like, very, very soon.
Good. Watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, the idea is the CS in the beginning of the game is the most important. Okay. Right. The reason why is because it's the hardest to get.
Right, because you're at that point you're at your weakest. You have
you are the absolute weakest that you're going to be in the game.
Right.
So you need to ensure that you get it. If you're throwing barrels out to, thin the wave or whatever you're trying to do as early game GP, first off, you're going to hit those minions to like 1/3 each, which is like the most annoying thing to last hit on the face of the earth.
Right.
So the idea is you're going to give up that damage to your turret in exchange for securing that early CS. This is a solo queue strategy. Gangplank top does not work in competitive play. Okay? Because you would get absolutely obliterated by lane swaps and by bullshit dives that you would never ever be able to defend.
Right.
But he works in solo queue because you never get punished. You can put the wave on your turret. You can sit right in your turret half the time with like 30% HP and no one dives you. Not saying that you should get that low very often.
Right.
But I'm saying that you will mess up in lane. You won't get punished like you would in the competitive match. You might get punished at higher elo, but you're never getting punished in this level, like, very, very often, unless the guy's smurfing or something.
Right, makes sense.
So you're going to just let that wave crash as to not miss the CS, and you're just going to say, you know what? I want to make sure that I get every little bit of CS that I can early, because the last thing you want is to throw your whole... Oh my god, here it comes. Here comes the pain train, dude. Slap!
Yep, yeah, I tried to get in there.
Slap!
Yep.
Oh, that was fun. You got clicked on real good there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good question, and it's very important that you ask questions like that, because I think getting the strategy down, having that business plan, dude, that business plan is important, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get it right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It really is. He's a very, very good champion. Once you get that formula
how has
down.
this game not been ended yet?
It's
Just
because people don't push, man. You will always, you will always get to late game with Gangplank because of his crazy wave clear and the risk-free wave clear and the globals. Like, keep a game alive for so long. It's actually one of the reasons I think Azir doesn't do so well in solo queue is because like he doesn't have the amount of wave clear. Right. He doesn't have the amount with like the globals to like secure kills. I think Azir is just as good late game, but he can't impact the map really at all like Gangplank can.
Oh, how do you feel about ulting waves?
Oh, I do it all the time. Okay. Tobias doesn't do it, but I do it. I disagree with Tobias on a lot of stuff on Gangplank, so it just goes to show you that there's very different styles. You got to remember, top lane is all about macro. So, right. Ulting waves, let's think about when we would ult waves. Let's say your bot lane dies, and there's a huge wave crashing to this turret.
Yep,
and it's like 10 minions.
I definitely ult
We're ulting it every time.
Yep.
We need to ult that. You're getting XP, you're getting gold, it's free XP. You need to try to time it so you knock the siege minion down. That's what I always try to do.
Right.
You know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. When to ult waves. When this lane's pushing already, I wouldn't ult it.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably keep it for something. I don't think this is necessarily worth it. I might if there's absolutely nothing that I can do with my ultimate. At any, you know, like say for example, like everyone's back and like, you know, and I can't get up there for some reason. You know, you get my point. The idea right. is if you're ulting to defend an objective, or if, let's say you've got a, let me give you a more nuanced example. Let's say you have a lane. Your jungler comes and ganks for you. Oh, I can use the pen again. Oh, yeah, dude. The fucking pen, dude. Okay, let's do it like this. So let's say your jungler comes and ganks, and we have our turret. Let me scoot down just a smidge here. You have your turret here, okay?
Okay.
Jungler comes and ganks, and now the wave is here, and it's frozen. And you're on this side. You're fucking red side, and the wave's like right here, okay?
Okay.
And you're just GP, dude, and you're just chilling like right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get here though, because if you come into this zone, you're dead.
Right.
All right, you're dead every time because it's like an Aurelia, and you just get dashed in on, and she aggresses you.
Right.
And she's just holding the wave, and she knows, and you can just tell. Some players you can tell they get it, right? They
right.
are positioned in such a way they're intentionally not hitting the CS here. You know that they're trying to freeze, right?
Right.
I would ult that wave and just walk away because you're resetting the wave.
Right.
You're gonna wait, like the wave will hit right here. You're gonna set your barrel up here. You're gonna shoot the barrel. You're gonna ult the wave. You're gonna walk away, and then you're gonna back and reset. Okay? This is a time I want you to really. I know this seems really random and specific. This is a very important concept to get because there will be time. I'm telling you right now, sure as shit, you're gonna have the jungler that ganks for you, gets a kill. The wave gets stuck right there, and then you really want to get the fuck out because you know if you stand here without flash or something,
yeah, I mean jungler's just gonna come.
Jungler's gonna come, and then the
yep.
the top laner's Zac, and he's gonna dive on your head or something
yep.
stupid. And like it is what it is, and you're fucking dead. That's when you ult the wave and reset it.
Okay.
And don't be shy about doing that. You're gonna get, and I love when idiots in fucking all chat and fucking gold on Smurfs and shit are like, oh, stupid ult, what a noob. They have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, like
typically if a jungler comes in, I will often use my ult in the jungler or gank in order to secure the kill or just to make sure that fucker dies.
Yep. So you are going to be ulting just to reset your whole fucking lane.
Okay.
And you'll get better at recognizing when like you're just gonna say, oh fuck, if I get too close, he's just gonna kill me. Like
right.
I have to reset this or he's just gonna kill me. There's just no way.
Right.
So there you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I do it in bot lane too. The ADC Gangplank, same thing. If I have a bot lane that's just freezing, I just throw the ult on their head. Or if I want to just back, I just throw the ult on their head and leave. It's a really good move.
Just
really
fucking them out of here.
Yeah, Rumble does it. Rumble top does it. I see no reason why Gangplank shouldn't do it occasionally too. Because Rumble's the same shit. Alright, let's look at you here. You're trying to set up barrels. I would only remember, you'll be more skillful at this, only ult if you're going to be getting a kill.
Okay.
If you think you're going to get a kill. Try to get that threshold down. So here you need to rotate to mid. You're a little late to it, but you get there. Pretty good wave clear, just not enough to really stop it though.
Yeah.
And you know, you're doing what you can. You're doing what you can. You're battling. You're hitting the streets. I'd be looking at this, and Misfortune's pretty big. There's not much you can do though. So there was a good barrel, 3-barrel opportunity, actually.
Right.
Just to go over your positioning about it. I'm not sure if you had 3 barrels, but notice how you just kind of wasted a barrel?
Right.
That would be a great opportunity to set up a 3-barrel. So, what you do, you got the 1. Okay, look at that. See where you're standing?
Yep. And I could have popped a 3rd one.
Right there.
Yep.
100%. And you would have slowed her. You know, I mean, like I said, I'm nitpicking you just so you can see.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I mean, right there, seeing it paused within range, I could have dropped the 3rd barrel.
The 3rd was right there.
Probably taking 3/4 of her health right there.
Yeah, and it would have, you know, it would have hurt. If it crits, it's definitely going to hurt. And then there's a chance, you know, there's a chance that, you know, your top, or your, you know, there's a chance that sometimes your mid laner has teleport and goes, ooh, and then teleports to God knows where, like this pink ward or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then flanks. Like, that's all stuff that can happen off of you hitting damage.
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, if I'm a mid laner and I see you smack a fucking carry and I have teleport and I'm playing like a Z or something,
right.
I'm going to fucking port right here and I'm going to be like, all right, we're killing these people right now. So that's something to consider. I know he didn't have it in this example, but it's a very good thing to be landing at. All right, so they're getting jiggy with it over here. Your ult's almost up. You're kind of late to a rotation, but
that would have been another good.
That's a pretty good one, yeah. You should, if you have 3, you should try to set it up.
Okay.
And if you basically get into the habit of thinking like, I have 3 of them, I might as well go for the back line every time.
Okay.
It's, you know, when you're losing, that's the perfect time to practice.
Right, absolutely.
That's the perfect time to throw them out there, man. Just let them fly. Let the shitty triple barrels go. Like, okay, that's a good ult. I like that. I'd be setting up barrels. I would focus more on autoing the barrels in those spots so you don't choke, because I think hitting them and resetting the passive is more important than hitting the Q.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I just wanted to kill her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough spot, dude. They're big, beefy line, and Misfortune does 1 million damage. I mean, you can't ask for a better front line for Misfortune. Caitlyn's trying. She's a dreamer. Wait, she had Banshees? Why did they go to her? That's weird. I love their dedication,
watching
dude.
that front line.
I told you that front line was real. Caitlyn's getting it in, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she put in work. Yeah, she was, this is a dynamic queue, obviously. This is, Nunu, Caitlyn, myself, and I think one other person. The whole game, the Caitlyn was just like, I fucking hate Nunu so much because, like, they were friends, but the Nunu was just being stupid as fuck because, yeah, look, Ignite.
Yeah. I mean, your comp, in all honesty, your comp could win this one.
Yeah.
Versus theirs, because they are just like a tanky, like, you pop Misfortune to lose, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think everybody, the only one who wasn't in queue with us was the Kennen. The Kennen was the random 5th.
Oh, okay. I hate Nunu so much.
You know, it's funny, I used to, just for fun, play Nunu top, and I laughed my ass off. It was so fun. This is before they got rid of Spellman, but oh my god, it was so fun.
Yeah, it's, I wish it worked. I wish it was like a viable lane.
I mean, at this elo, you'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, you could play.
Actually,
you could play damn near anything really, and win, and have a positive win rate. Whether or not you're gonna have a high win rate is something else entirely. That's something I talk about a lot on stream. Is like, I love some champs, but they just don't fucking carry hard enough.
Like I love Jace, but.
Did you hear me talking to this guy on my stream today?
No, today.
He was like, "What do you think about Jace?" And I had to like heartbreak him, dude.
Dude,
I was like,
I
Jace
love
sucks.
I gotta watch your Jace hunt.
Yeah. He sucks.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just he's not in a good place right now.
Yeah.
I love him, but he's just not.
They need to make his fucking late game better, dude. They need to make the EQ actually worth a damn late. I don't know. Anyways.
Does that have any impact?
So, this game, let's go over this. So, this is a textbook, fucking game of your lane went to shit, you're playing GP top, you got a bully lane, you fell behind, you lose. And I've been there. I've probably lost to Darius like 3 or 4 times. I've lost to Riven countless times. I've lost to Renekton countless times. And learning this champ to the point of where I've got him mastered now. You clearly understand how to wave clear. You clearly understand that your ult needs to be used to hit things. Now I need to shift you to getting your lane to that level. And, you know, in the future, once you've done this a handful of times in the lane, and you feel more confident, and then obviously the other thing, which was I was saying, last hitting with the ult. That's what I want you doing.
So basically, if there's not an opportunity to drop my ult and secure a kill, I should instead look to just clear away with it.
Yeah, I mean, if your team is clearly like doing okay, let me give you some more because I don't want to tell you just only last hit.
Right. No,
but I do want you like as a primary focus. Like you're low elo. I want you being the man of the house, right? I want you like when you see a kill, I want you stealing your team's kills, and when they bitch, you just mute them. Like I'm serious.
I think from now on, honestly, I'm just gonna mute my team anyway because this elo is just painfully toxic.
It's kids,
it hurts.
Man. You're an older guy. I'm an older guy. Let's be real. It's just kids. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, it's not even just kids. That's the saddest part.
I know you're probably right. Actually, there's a lot of older guys that behave that way too. But either way, the idea is none of these players know what the fuck they're doing. Like that's really what it comes down to. None of them have a fucking clue, at the slightest bit of a clue of how to play the game. So your goal is to carry them. How does Gangplank carry? He sits top. He snipes kills with his ult. He gets big. He wins the team fights because he keeps the game alive forever. And then he just wins the team fight. Now, I didn't really get to see much in this game of your like late game, like what happens when you get a lead. So I would like to, if we have some time, I'm going to fire up another replay.
Sure. Let's see. Let's go back up there.
I'll pick it. I'll pick one. I'll pick this one where you went 9, 5, and 11.
Sure.
And you won. And it seems like that would be a reasonable game for you. Your farm is a wee bit low for my taste. It's like 205 at like 30 something.
I mean, farming has always been something I need to improve on.
You'll get there, dude. It's all practice, just like ping pong. You just get better at it over time. And this black screen will change. There you go.
Oh, you're good. It wasn't black at all. It was just empty boxes with frames.
So
this is actually a game that has a ribbon, but I still won. Thank God.
Yeah, wait, were you mid? You were mid.
Was I? Oh yeah. You know, I was
you
mid.
didn't
I was
have to
against
face it. That's why.
Yeah, I was.
You have to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, I was against Morgana, and she wasn't really a problem.
Yeah, Morgana's not gonna be
She
that
wasn't really a problem.
Although I have had rough ones with the Morgana lane. It can be tricky sometimes.
I mean, Morgana mid hurts like hell.
Yes. So chillin'. First tip: get in the habit of dropping your ward right away. First splits crank. You walk straight out of base and you put your ward right there.
Yep.
Right away because you want to make sure that your team doesn't get caught.
Right.
If they still get caught when you drop a ward, then you just roll your eyes and then, whatever. But the idea is every little thing can be optimized in this game. And as this game is becoming more team-oriented, those little optimizations really help. You deny that first blood that could snowball the game and make your team tilt because you walked out of base early. That's definitely worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So, speed this up. Let's see what you did this game. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you, my little rule about queuing people, I'm queuing Morgana, like, until she...
This game, I think I actually did it a bit more, but I understand.
I want you, same thing, barrel immediately, goes on your head, you're going to start queuing her in the face.
Gotcha.
With the barrel on your head. The idea is, I mean, obviously a little bit more aggressive positioning on the barrel,
Right.
But the idea is you are threatening. You're just going to queue every lane until they demonstrate. This is about you filling out whether or not the person you're facing is worth a damn.
Okay.
Okay? This is a part of like low elo navigation here. This is like every like basically 50% of the time the lane that you're facing is absolute ass. If you're a one-trick pony and you're playing Gangplank every game, you're going to be able to identify these people as being shitters very, very quickly.
Okay.
If you see them being stupid and just eating poke, like if you queue him over and over again and he never trades back and he doesn't auto and you get to just bully him to the turret, sweet. You drop the barrels at him. You just pressure him a little bit. Obviously, your intent is not necessarily to kill him, but you want to establish lane dominance because you want to be playing. You want to play at the mid portion of the map or pushing if you can get away with it. I'm gonna say that since it's a Mumu Morgana, you have absolutely zero chance of dying in this lane.
Right.
She does have Ignite, but I don't know why she has Ignite, but she has it. But she's not gonna kill you unless you're an idiot. Like. If you get binded and don't react, at first if you get hit by the bind, you're an idiot. But if you get hit by the bind and you're so idiotic that you don't W
right.
and walk away, then, well, I mean, you're just bad and you're not going to go up anyways, right? So you're going to be queuing the fuck out of her.
But now I'm afraid that I do that.
No, I think
I'm waiting for it to happen on screen.
Well, yeah, it might. But the idea is, I mean, first off, this is part of the reason why you're queuing her a bunch, because you want to establish lane control. You want her playing back more.
Right, you want her to be afraid of
if she's bad enough to where she doesn't trade with you, right? That's basically why I'm having you fill out whether or not she's good. And like the positioning on your barrels, see how you're using the barrels to farm, don't like that still. I would just be attacking the creeps with melee, queue her, attack the creeps, queue her, attack the creeps, queue her, constant.
Okay.
Like, if you have the mana regen page and everything, you can do it. Also, make sure you're going Dorn's Ring again. Because you will, I'm telling you, the only way you're going to kill anyone in lane is Gangplank is the strategy that I'm telling you. You will, like, never, ever, ever be able to do it without Ignite otherwise. So, let's go ahead. So you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. Now, notice how you're trying to, like, farm under turret. That's part of the reason why I'm giving you that advice.
That barrel.
To put to just heavy harass with Qs constantly.
Right.
You want to discourage pushing.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you're going to get pushed. Sometimes the guy's going to trade back at you and push you anyways. But a lot of pressure on lower elo players means they don't do things that they should.
Right.
If you make a guy scared to push, then, you know, he might not. If you're trading and you make him think that you're better than he is, he will play like you are better than he is.
Okay.
It's a lot of psychology, and it's...
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of little mind games that happen the higher up you go, for sure.
God, that barrel.
I'm laughing more at the... Wait. What did you try to do just now?
I tried to throw down the third one, and of course it was out of range.
Oh, yeah. That's the triple barrel spot. Would have made it easier.
Yeah. And the Fizz made a comment about it later. I'm like, I know, shut up.
Yeah, he's like, you noob mid, you feed.
Yeah, he didn't say anything like that. It was more like it was actually even worse. It was the ellipsis, and I just typed in, yes, I know. This Fizz actually was toxic all game. He gets himself caught later and blames me for not following. I'm like, what do you think I'm gonna do? You got 3 or 4 people on you.
Yeah, like I said, there's just no value.
3 or 4 people on him in the enemy jungle.
Okay, whatever that was you are the luckiest man alive. I would have killed you there with Morgana.
Oh yeah. And I even recognized that ting. Like I remember thinking to myself.
I'm like looking at this right now, like, wait, why did she just kill you? Look at this. So you walk in at her. She has Ignite. She has ult.
Yep.
You're dead, dude.
Yep.
Oh, what a beautiful elo.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. I gotta appreciate. Oh my god, she just loves you.
She does, and this whole game, I missed so many barrels this whole game.
Okay, look at your mana right now. You're actually not farming horrendous here.
Okay.
I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment. It's really not. I think you're farming pretty good for how you're playing it, which I think is bad.
Right.
So you took the corrupting pot start, which I think is worse. Your mana, you'd have more mana for more oranges. You'd have more heals with your oranges. You'd have more Qs to use. There's a lot of reasons why I did the mana regen start, or the mana ring start.
Yeah, makes sense.
Tobias, man. I say that I'm a better GP in top and bottom than he is, but This is his build, and he's definitely right. He was right. He solved this champion before I did in terms of build path.
Okay. And again, it goes Sheen and then Lucidity?
I would go, basically you buy what you can.
Right.
So, like, if you can't buy Sheen, like, if you get a First Blood, normally that means you get a Sheen.
Right.
And then you snowball. If you don't get First Blood, then sometimes you're just going to get Lucidity Boots, which is fine, because like I said, all you're trying to do is survive in lane. You know, if the guy's shit, you take advantage of him, but you're just trying to survive in lane and then ult the other sides of the map. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to get more towards, because I don't want you to be rushing out.
Yep.
But I'm gonna focus on. So looks like you died once, no big deal. Let's see where you pick up some kills.
The game goes south for us pretty early on, but we managed to recover it.
It's GP, buddy.
Yeah.
And you have a Nasus.
Yeah.
The late game, dude. Jesus. All right, so.
There's this Fizz. All this Fizz was doing was being knocked to this point, so this Leona just comes running up to help me instead.
Okay. That's a really good gank by the Leona. I like that roam a lot.
Yeah, but if you want somebody to not get away from you, Leona's a good person to do.
Yeah. If the guy knows how to play Leona, you'll get the hookups.
Oh yeah.
I probably would push that wave before backing. Because I feel like you knew where everyone was.
Yeah, I had a pretty good idea.
Morgana just went top, you know what I mean?
So you actually like getting the Stinger before the Phage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stinger and Lucidity.
Gotcha.
Get the CDR first, dude.
Okay.
Get it first. Get the ults going fast as possible.
Lucidity
also,
before Stinger or Stinger after Lucidity?
I will go Lucidity before Stinger unless I can go Stinger and buy boots.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so if you can buy tier 1 and Stinger, you do that. Otherwise, you do Lucidity first.
Yeah, because you kind of want the move speed.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cheap. It's a pretty cheap item for what you get. I mean, the attack speed in Stinger actually does help you a lot in lane. Okay. I mean, to like last hit on the turret and stuff, you like won't miss any farm.
Right.
We used to run attack speed runes. Me and Tobias actually used to run attack speed runes for the longest time.
Yeah, they could
we were both like we're like, haha, we know how to play GP better than everyone, because we run attack speed. And like one day, Tobias like, no, I'm running CDR now, and I'm just like, why aren't I doing that? So yeah, the idea is the attack speed does help you last hit under turret. Wow, this is just so sad to watch.
Yep.
It's such a slow, painful death. Wow, bad TV.
And that Varus, by the way, the whole game, that Varus was like, he was acting like he was the best person on Earth.
He is, dude. Best player in gold.
Oh, absolutely.
Or silver, whatever. Okay, good. You get the Ash Arrow, that's good. Insta QS, or Insta Cleanse, I guess you should say. It's good. I'm glad that you're click on the finger there. That's one thing I'm proud of on my GP, brother. Those W's. The faster you do them, that's the key, man. I guess you shouldn't really try to do them fast, because if you fucking up, you look like an idiot.
Oh yeah, and I've done that too. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pop this W, and then I pop it right.
Yeah, you pop it early, and your whole team gives you the ellipses, dude. Okay, so that's a really good hook. Leona's going down. It's hard to watch.
Actually,
how does she live?
Yeah,
fuck?
Because nobody followed up on it. So
yeah, I'd be so mad if I was blitzed.
Attention.
This is why I don't support. Alrighty. But yeah, see, the way that you've itemized definitely impacts for me. Like, it's just those like 10-15 second windows of time that you would have more ults on. And because your ult CD is low, as soon as you recognize that like nothing's happening on the map, you should drop it to do stuff like push waves, by the way. Because you might as well get value out of that CDR. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, like I'm always afraid, like, well, I have my ult time to fight, but you know what? I don't have to fight if I don't have my ult, so.
Exactly. If you're using your ult to push a wave somewhere too, it's, I mean, what is someone gonna do? They can't fight over minions. Like, that's the beauty of League. Like, the game doesn't change 5, 10, 50 minutes in. It never changes. People can't just fight over minions because the minions infinitely scale.
Exactly.
So, minions have to be respected no matter what. That's one of the things. That's one of the key things about just like ulting the wave to back and stuff. Is like, if you do that, it's not like your mid laner can roam now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like if you ult mid, Katarina shouldn't be roaming. If she roams, she misses a wave. So if she doesn't get a kill, she's behind. That's a nice engagement. That's really nice. I TP to that.
Did I have TP at that point? I forget.
Looks like it.
Yep.
I would TP to that. I want farm. I want XP fast.
Yeah.
I'll burn a TP if I see a wave that big on the turret. Because I want all of it. I'm greedy.
And you gotta be greedy with GP.
You do. You really do. That's why I say steal the kills and everything. One thing I haven't seen you do this game, and I know you said you primarily play at top.
Right.
You throw your barrel over this wall and snag those coins.
Okay.
Same with this wall.
And just grab the tiny chickens.
Yep. Every time they let you do it.
Okay.
Talk about getting your ult up. There is times where you can be optimal with that shit.
Okay.
So this is good. Being aggressive, Ribbon comes up. Good barrel. I'd be very scared to even go for that barrel with the Ribbon jumping at me, but it works.
Yeah, I may have been biased because of my extreme hatred for that fucking champion.
Yeah, she's a frustrating one. She's actually, with max CDR, she's very tough to deal with. It takes a lot of practice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, good Ribbon player, it's hard to be good at Ribbon.
Right.
I'm not gonna, like, people think she's easy to play. She's really not. She just is bullshit if she's good, if the guy's good. You know what I mean? It's just like Gangplank. It's just bullshit if the guy's good. It's normally trash, though, if the guy doesn't really swing.
I think at this point, I just take that hit and just say, fuck it.
Yeah, I actually like that. I like that. You don't have your ult right now.
Yeah, I think I rationalized I wouldn't be able to get there in time. I would be able to do anything.
Trust me, this is good to me. I'm probably never going to bitch you out for not following this Gangplank.
Right.
If I see you playing like in LeBlanc or a fucking Katarina, then I might bitch you out for not following occasionally. But even then, like, one thing I hate about mid laners and top laners is that they just mindlessly follow. If you're gonna follow, at least be pushing that lane after following.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Or before following. So see, it's great. I like this. This is better than 90% of the population at this level. What you just did.
Okay.
I promise you. It's just because like you're just scaling because you're not moving.
Right.
And these people are just playing Call of Duty right now. Why are you setting them up like that? This drunk barrels.
I like blowing up things, man.
Apparently, you fucking weird triple barrels. Alright, so here, they're getting kind of deep. You have your ult. I would probably try to snipe that. There it is. This is all good. Try to lead those barrels. But you'll get better at that mechanically.
Yeah, at this point I may have dedicated myself to also taking kills from Fizz. Because he was a dick. Not that I could anyway, I mean, look at his KDA.
Yeah, he's, that's Fed Fizz jungle, dude. That shit's gonna carry at this level. That's just one of those champs, you know? When it gets fed, it's over. No one knows how to play against Fizz. I mean, I don't know how to play against Fizz. I've been playing against Fizz for a long time. I don't even know how to play against him still. When he gets fed, you just kind of lose. That's just all there is to it. It's bad. It's a terrible champion.
Yeah, I mean, Fizz is a champion too. Like I rant about Ribbon, but Fizz is a champion, and I think mechanically.
I hate the E. Like,
just so dumb.
The E is just frustrating.
Wasn't he like a Riot? Like, didn't Riot say like, you know, Riot fans make a champion? They made Fizz. Like, that should be proof that we as people cannot have nice things because they made Fizz.
Yeah.
The collective intelligence made Fizz.
Of course. I made the fucking the tank Fizz now that you're dealing with. Oh my god. Okay, so this is really good. So when you're facing a Baron, listen, you should be. I get that you're getting this, but you need to back right away.
Okay.
You should have backed long ago, actually.
Okay.
Because they have a Baron, okay?
Right.
You need to be whenever a Baron's happening, I want you to think in your mind that I can't split.
Right.
So if you're gonna do that little pick off, I love it. I love that because that means that now you don't have 5 men bearing down on Baron.
Right.
With down mid with Baron. So as soon as you get the pick, fuck the turret. Just survive the Baron.
Right.
The key with Baron is don't lose inhib. If you don't lose inhib, you've pretty much won as Gangplank. Okay. Because now you get to hold out the game for another 8 minutes. Because, or is it 7? I don't even know. Is it 7?
Right.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
For a Baron, it's
Yeah.
I thought it was 7. Yeah.
It's 7 or 8. Either way, you get to survive for that long, okay?
Okay.
Because once they've not pushed with Baron, you can wave clear indefinitely, as long as you're behind the turret.
Makes
This is
sense.
the solo queue strat. So you need to be at the front door, being like, get these Baron minions out of here. Now they're bad, of course, so they're not gonna push with Baron, right? But if they were good, you would be losing turrets for being up there.
I think so. That point right there, where Moon drops that ZZ Rock, this is the point where we turn the game around. I think.
Yeah, because they didn't win with Baron. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah.
You survive Baron,
lose,
you win.
They waste Baron. They get
Wasting
hurt.
Baron is so bad.
Oh, absolutely.
Every like XP gets lost because they're not collecting it anywhere. Like
Right.
I'm telling you, it's so big. And when they throw Baron away, their comp like it's pretty hard for them to ever beat you late game. You have arguably the 3 best late game champs going right now, or some of the 3 best late game champs going. You got Fizz, Nasus, and Gangplank, and Fizz is fed. Like there's just no way. Fizz gets to click on everyone. And that's pretty much game. So let's talk about, I mean, I'm sure you snipe Austin more kills, but let's talk about what you did well this game. Okay. So I liked that you stayed in your lane. You abandoned that the last game in the middle of it. Remember, this is a very, very, very like A, B, and C strategy. You go in your lane, you queue the fuck out of your laner if they'll allow it. Obviously, you're not going to be queuing, like I said, Quinn. You're not going to be doing that to Pantheon. You're going to have to adjust and give up CS in some of these lanes. It is what it is, you know?
Right. And when you say give up CS, ultimately the goal is that they're going to do something else which will give me time to catch back up in CS.
Well, not even necessarily that. It's not even that. It's more that, like, you just outscale them so hard that who the fuck cares?
Right, and I'll be dropping my ult to make up for my lack of roaming.
And you can always use the ult to reset the lane if it gets too dicey.
Okay.
So, in the instance of, I was saying, like, you know, Pantheon and fucking Renekton and all these bullshit lanes that you're okay giving up farm to, you can always, if you get caught in a weird spot, you just drop your ult to reset the lane. Just get through the lane. That's all you have to do. Okay. If you still lose, like, if other lanes still ball hard enough that you just lose before you can get online, which personally, I don't think is going to happen until, like, Platinum very often. Because, like, if you're playing Gangplank right, as long as you got your farm, you see this game. Right. It's not like that changes. It doesn't change all the way up through the fucking ladder. It doesn't change. So I like this game that you stayed in your lane. You didn't queue harass enough, but I'm gonna get you there, and you're gonna fail. Trust me, you're gonna do that.
I'm gonna queue the shit out of everything now.
You're gonna queue it, and you're gonna put the barrels on your head, and you're gonna work that. Trust me. And if you need help on it, just harass me or whatever. Watch my my replay from today where I faced a Riven, and just see how I played the lane, how annoying it looks.
Oh yeah.
But ultimately, I think you get the concept now. I have this. I'll put this on YouTube for you. Okay. If you want to go back over it, I think you're a smart enough guy that you'll be able to get some value out of this. And then what's going to happen is, once you've done this a couple of times, I want you to hit me up on Skype. Not as like, I'm not saying pay for another lesson. I'm saying just hit me up on Skype. Let me know how it goes. Okay. If you want to do another lesson, cool. But I'll gladly go over, like, if you have any like quick clips or something that you want to show me, I'm more than happy to go over the specifics of it, because I want to make sure that you get the concept of what I'm saying, because I do think you get, I truly think you understand that it's the Bible of Gangplank, my friend. Like, you follow the rules, you're going to get the results. Okay? Cool. The rules, just farm up, keep your lane in check, you'll win most of your games. It's that simple. The mechanics will come. All right, I'm going to wrap this up now. YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Shouts out to Uncle Chaos, paying for a lesson, allowing you guys to view it. I will, I'll be around, guys. If you want to do a lesson, just hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on my stream. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out. Peace, crackers, etc.